So I think our defense is set. The farm folk have been talked to. I don't know why I'm calling them farm folk, but I like it. Hey, it's the Chief Bonnie with board games and RPGs. If you enjoy the show, thumb it up, subscribe it, enough of that. So, we're moving into episode 19. We are going to get a new power here, one of the 48 laws, not duplicating the ones we have had, which by the way, and I know I'm missing one of the power, or one of the laws here. We've had 39, 40, 32, 42, and 48, but we're going to get a new one of those. And for those that want to know, so Kanan Krieg is sociopathic serial killer, but he's also, part of the way I'm managing that is he's using one of the rules from this Machiavellian type book. Let's just do that right now, and then we'll kind of catch up on where we're at and what is going on. And for this, I almost forgot. Hey Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 48.
A random number between 1 and 48 is 9.
9. Excellent. We'll go see what that is. Okay, Law 9. Ooh, win through your actions, never through argument. Interesting. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger and lasts longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. That is an interesting law. So Law 9. All right, so Krieg will be winning through actions, not through argument. I've also separated out Krieg's, the Pim Jim crew. I've got Marauder and Jan here, and then I do have the Major McGiffin. I don't have a sheet for his crew or his First Sergeant Wilson. I will be using maps that I may put in later. Well, I guarantee I will put in later, but for my own help here, I may end up putting counters on the maps just so I can kind of understand and what's going on. And when I do that, I'll pause and snap a photo so that I can superimpose it over the video. So you may see these maps lingering around. And just to recap where we're at and get this thing going. So the orphans have come back in, and they've notified that the nationalists, Bartek's nationalists, are about 70 some strong, and they are training and bringing in and maybe even equipping some of the Nisno citizens for a attack on the compound that we're defending at this walled-in hospital. They've seen some general maps of kind of angles of attack, just nothing crazy, but just like, drawn in the dirt or up on a whiteboard kind of stuff. So that's been shared. We left with this episode really being what plans are going to happen. And I will be using the Mythic Emulator Fate chart. We're going to be starting at Chaos Factor 5. We were at Chaos Factor 6 in the last episode, and it's been moved down to 5 because that went so well with the sneaking in, sneaking out, and getting so much information. And we'll use some random events here. And I want to open up with the first question. I believe that the plan, although I don't know, I think it's probably very likely that this Major McGiffin and Krieg would fort up. They have a walled compound. They have their ammo. They have their walls. They have their artillery guns, which are stationed at the main entrance, both on the north side and on the south side. I think it is a very likely, heck, I almost, as I'm talking with the artillery pieces, I think it's almost a near sure thing that they would prepare a defense. But we don't know that for sure, so we will roll on the fate chart. I am going to go with a near sure thing, which means 90 or less is a yes. So it's possible that they do something else. And 9. That is a emphatic yes. So 100% they are preparing for a defense. There's which makes sense. If you watched a few episodes ago, there was a shoot from the hip. Major McGiffin send the troops out to go quash whoever dropped some mortars on us, and it was a total setup ambush. They went out, they got killed. So that makes a lot of sense. So on that note, the planning stage has begun. Now, first of all, with Law 9, Keenan Krieg is not going to argue with the Major. And I think the Major controlling 100 U.S. troops, vehicles, some heavy weapons, anti-tank, TOW, 50s, not to mention the 2 howitzers. I think he would be, and his training, would be taking the lead, and Kanan's not going to argue with him. I'm going to just, no need to even roll on that, but I'm curious, what type of defense would this be? All right, first things first, they don't want to tip their hand that they know for sure attack's coming, so I don't think it can be some kind of overt, whatever that would be, but I could definitely see number 1, runners go out. No need to roll for this. We've got to let the farming family know. They've been armed by McGiffin and Krieg. They are living in the compound, and their area, I believe, I'll look on the map to make sure, but I think they have an area in the south west portion. They're controlling a big farm that's just slightly north of that, a farm field, and it's one of the secondary exits, which was also mentioned by the orphans that that was an area that they were designated for their attack. But I think what they would do, there's some concern. There's a wall that's around this hospital area. I'm not 100% sure if the mounted MGs would be able to, on top of the Humvee, would be able to get over the top just by pulling up even. So to cover that, I'm curious, I think there's going to be some shovel work, whether that's a tractor that might be working anyway or not. So let me see, and I'm curious, I don't know how much would that warn if they push dirt so that the Humvee could come up, but I think that would be key to make sure that the field of fire for a 50 can get over the fence, because that over the wall, that's what you want to control. I'm just curious about the noise factor. So I think heavy equipment would allow the setup of multiple areas, so if they used a tractor, but I only want to say fairly, very likely, because I think too much noise could alert whoever's watching their base, which they've been confirmed some of that's going on too. So I need an 85. 44. So yes, there will be tractor use. So this is good. Otherwise, it was going to literally be shovels that were going to make some areas to just give rise to the Humvees, is what I was thinking. Tractors used for mounds. So my idea is this. There's some mounded areas. Doesn't take more than a push some dirt on, maybe roll over it with the tractor or whatever, I don't know. Tamp it down, and then a Humvee can roll up on it. They would be able to measure without exposing that Humvee and tipping off, hey, now we can get our gun up. And they would say, yep, we can get our 50s up and we can clear the wall. So those are going to be stationed around the camp in different areas. Now, the way the Army unit's set up, it's basically a weakened company. There's 4 platoons. So the defense of the main compound is going to come down to Major McGiffin and his 4 platoons. Quite simply, he's just going to do them 1st platoon north, 2nd platoon east, 3rd platoon south, and 4th platoon to the west. So that is their area of responsibility. That is what they will be covering. Of course, we could put troops up on this wall as well. We can do all kinds of stuff. So when the attack comes, we may dial that in and figure it out. But a 50 covering an open area is pretty good. When the attacks come, and they are coming, we've got a lot of wooded area, but the wooded area is inside the fenced portion. So you're seeing the map as I'm seeing the map now. You can also see we have the main entrance to the north. There are what appear to be kind of 3 different entrances south. And then we have a weird kind of where there's the church with the red roof and some other buildings that it looks like they're walled off. But there's some areas of heavy woods that would be difficult to defend. There's a road that enters from the east off of the highway, and then again some buildings and a road that runs along the fence line on the west side of the farm field. That is a wide open area. The other thing the Major's done is made the headquarters section. There's always a headquarters section, and they will be using vehicles that are right around the armory cafeteria, the center part, and that map is up now. That is where ammo is. That's where fuel is at. That's where vehicles are maintained. It's a key location, and that's going to be defended by the headquarters and also work as where Major McGiffin is working out of. There's the armory in there, so it's a little more protected. I'm talking guys with, there'll be some machine gun guys up on top of the roof, and it will be forted up a little bit to make it more secure in case there is a penetration. Krieg, I believe, is going to offer to be a quick response force with his team. So I think I don't know if that would be accepted or not. I think it's very likely that it would be accepted. So he's not in an argumentative mood. He's demonstrating by his actions that they will be. He's got his own vehicle, and Pacheco has his technical, so they can be a quick response force that could respond to any penetrations of the wall. And we get 98. That's rejected. Wow. Okay. And is it a strong rejection? It is. Wow. So that is emphatically not what Major McGiffin wants. Huh. What would he want then? If he's not going to use him as a quick response force, what would he want? I don't know. Let me see if, I don't know if the event action and subject would give me any explanation, but let me see if it will. That's interesting. I thought for sure they would be a quick response force. Overindulge. Interesting. Overindulge and 13 war. Overindulge war. Overindulge war. How do you overindulge war? All right, the only thing that's coming to mind is that Major McGiffin wants the PIMGIM contractors to go out of the walls, and maybe that causes, well, I don't know though. They want, well, I don't know. Does overindulge war? So the first question is, I guess he could order that Krieg take the technical and the armored vehicle out and some kind of diversionary deal, and then they would ford up somewhere and they could ride back in and harass units. That seems, I don't know. We'll go 50-50. I have no idea. That seems dumb to me, but Krieg's not going to argue. He's going to show actions. So let's see. 60. So that's a no. Okay, which is good because I'm thinking, geez, that seems stupid. Okay, so that's out. He's not sending them out. What would a commander use these guys for? He doesn't want a quick response force. I think he's okay. He's going to break them up. So we got Krieg, we got Sanchez, we got Pacheco, we got an unnamed other contractor, and then a couple clerks. We're going to keep the clerks at the headquarters. But since we have 4 of them, he's going to attach them to each battalion. So 1 in each battalion. They have great communications, and they're separate from what the Army guys have. That's not a bad idea. So it'll double up the communication protection. Maybe one of the clerks is also networking at HQ. I like that. That actually makes sense. Of course, Krieg's going to go along with it due to Law 9. And so his contractors and himself will be broken up around with the different platoons. And we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is Krieg, 2's Pacheco, 3's Sanchez, and the unknown guys sitting on the west wall. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. They're spread out, doubling up the communications. The vehicles are wherever. I don't know. There's some armored vehicles, so maybe they're around the HQ, either used as like a defensive perimeter. That makes sense. Okay, I like that. That's different. The farm folk are going to kind of protect their area. And where would the Marauders go? McGiffin doesn't trust the Marauders at all. Suspicious even. Who knows, could they go nationalistic at the last second? So where would he put them? All right, would he put them with the farmers? Put them all together. I think it's still 50-50. So are they with the farmers? 82. No, he doesn't put them with the farmers. That's good. It's not where I would put them either. We've got, what is it, like 10 of them? I would just say they are with Krieg, 50-50. Krieg keeps them with him, 35. The Marauders and Jan attached to Krieg. Okay. So on the north side there, the Marauders have come up with Krieg, and they're with Jan, and they're under his control. So that'll be an extra group. So what we're talking about defense-wise, just so you got the picture, 30 is in a full platoon. And so we got 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, clearly we don't have 120 troops. So we got about 100. So we're talking only about 20 in each, and then 20 in headquarters as well. And that is about right. So you have these undermanned, understaffed platoons, 20 in each. You've got a contractor, and you've got Krieg with his 10 Marauders at the north gate. In a pinch, they could be shifted, but McGiffin doesn't trust them at all. So I think our defense is set. The farm folk have been talked to. I don't know why I'm calling them farm folk, but I like it. We've got our positions ready. And the question I think I'll see is, I wonder if the attack would be day or night. I think it would be night, even though there's night vision. Not everybody has night vision goggles. So I believe when the Nationals attack, it will be at night. And I believe that is very likely, meaning 85, 42. So it will be a night attack. I guess the question is there another day to prepare, or is it coming that very night? I think it's likely that it's coming this very night coming up. 75, ooh, right on the bubble, but yes, so just barely in. So the very next episode, I got to check my time, we will be coming into as night is coming and an attack will be happening. This will be a night attack, so there are some night vision goggles, both by Pim Jim has enough to cover their people. And though there's a few that the military has as well. When we get into that, well, let's just see how many do they have. There's no way they have 100%. I think it's probably 50 or less. So let's do 50-50, 50 or less, 74. So no, it's even worse than that. So let's go 25% or less, 50-50, 81, not even that. Okay. 5 per side. That would mean they've got 20 total. And we're going to go 50-50. 65. No. Okay. How about 10 total? 10 total, and I'm going to go somewhat likely. And that is 18. So there's only 10 total Army night vision. Wow. NBDs. So Krieg's crew, this makes even more sense. More reason why they were spread out. Krieg's crew each has night vision. Now the Marauders, no. But we've got night vision with Krieg's crew, so that's 1 per, and then literally only 2 other folks with night vision, which would be probably your main heavy gunners. You would have your 50 gunners with the night vision, and then probably a commander sucked in real tight with them getting, what are you seeing? What is going on? That's good. I like that. That actually provides somewhat of a problem. But we'll first deal with hordes coming in from whatever directions they're coming in from. And then I will come up with something that is a general attack. If it breaches the wall, we will then zoom in on that fight. So we'll zoom in with that PIM-GIM contractor, or is it the farm area? And it's the 20-man army squad that's now defending a penetration, which could just be devastating. And I don't know how the attack's quite going to go. I'm going to let the fate chart deal with that. I'll just throw out ideas. We'll get yeses or nos, and then let the combat unfold in that manner. I'm just saying I'll be displaying it by counters showing like, hey, they're coming in from this point, or that point. Okay? We are toward what will be probably the final crescendo of action. The ending of whatever happens. Does the base fall? Could. Who dies? I don't know. Where are the orphans going to fight? They would fight with Pacheco. They're going to stick with Pacheco. Orphans are with Pacheco. All right. Come on back for the last few episodes. The battle's about to go big scale. And I think I got an idea how I'll deal with big scale.